Unapologetic LENA podcast.
My name is.
I said what I
My
said.
name is.
I said what I
My name
said.
is
I said what I
Lena
said. I said
Unapologetically.
what I said. I
Unapologetically
said
Lena.
what I said.
Lena Unapologetic.
Haters don't hate.
Unapologetically
Haters
Lena.
don't hate. Haters don't
Lena
hate.
Unapologetic.
Haters gonna hate.
Unapologetically Lena.
Haters don't hate.
Lena.
Haters
My name
gonna
is.
hate.
You did it your way.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Um, I am Lena J. Welcome to Lena Unapologetic. Want to introduce my co-host, um, and we're all smirking. Over here to the right is Veep, stands for Vice
What's up,
President
y'all?
of Blast Records, Blast Music 247, and we have the
Indeed.
official producer for all of Blast Music, D. Ray, the producer. We're all sitting in
You
tonight
right.
excited because we're kicking off a series that I want to start for the culture, starting off with For the Love of Hip Hop. And tonight's guest is going to be Gene Groove Allen. And we're excited to have him here. But we've got one little change that we had to make. You want to talk about that real quick, D Ray?
Yeah, so with all things creative, what's going on, man? Well, with all things creative, things have to happen and we have to pivot. So our guest was scheduled to be here tonight and he couldn't. He had a flight and a prior engagement, so we had to pre-record the interview earlier today, and so that kind of threw off our schedule. And so we're going to reschedule the verses, and we're going to bring you this interview that we recorded earlier. But it's going to be a dope show for real, for real. It's going to
Oh,
be some
yeah.
eye-opening gems that got dropped today. So
It was a great interview. So when you see it, just know that it's not live, but it was live. It was lit.
yeah,
I want to get
and
into
feel
these
free to
hot topics though.
feel
I'm
free
sorry.
to leave your comments. Because even though it's not live, we can definitely get your comments to our guests. So since we got a pipeline now, so hey.
Speaking of
There it
live,
is.
does anybody say that slang anymore? All the way live? Am I showing my age when I say that? Remember when you used to say that before lit? It was all the way
Yeah.
live.
All the way live is
Trying to
definitely old school because I remember that song. It's all the way live. Yeah.
Right. But is that a Gen
They
X
don't
thing
do.
or do millennials don't say
I,
that? That's just us, right?
I think baby boomers created that. So
Probably so.
I'm taking. Okay, moving on. So, hey, we got some shout outs to do tonight. You want to do shout outs? You want to go straight into hot topics?
let's go into hot topics. We'll do
Okay,
we'll do
we'll go into
shout
hot
outs at
topics.
the end.
Okay, we'll do
All
shout outs.
right.
Okay, all right.
The
What's
president
up?
has made an appearance.
Salute.
Hey, hey. I'm gonna do some quick shout outs real quick. Shout outs to first of all, president of Blast Music, Blast Media 247. We have Elliot Jackson in the house. And then I also want to shout out a good friend of mine. Now his government name, Reggie Rollins, but for those of us who knew him in some state, it's Big Buddha. So I wanted to do that shout out real quick. And he hopefully will be a future guest. I'm hoping on it because he has a very fascinating career. But he's my connection to tonight's guest. So I just want to say a special shout out and thank you very much, Reggie. Appreciate that. So we here at Blast salute you. Okay.
Indeed.
So without further ado, we'll do hot topics.
Wait a minute. If you were gonna do
Okay.
hot topic, you're gonna do shout outs. Why ask in the first place?
Because I wanted to appear polite, but I unapologetically said what I said. Don't think on it
Oh.
too hard. Okay, anyway.
Notice she said, "I want to appear to be polite."
Oh.
See
Moving
what
on.
Okay.
So,
Let's go to
this-
hot. Hot
Okay, sorry.
topics?
Okay, hot topics.
It's time for Hot Topics.
Ooh, that was sexy. Kind of like the
When
melon
did that?
ad.
When did that happen?
Who knows?
That's plans for later on, right,
That
Troy?
that sounded like
No
that
doubt.
that sounded like Sinister Bastard's twin cousin.
So our first hot topic is going to be Anita Baker and Babyface.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Oh
you know,
Lord.
With all my heart, I hate you, babyface.
hold up. Say that one more time, or sing that one more time. That was
With all
hilarious.
my heart, I hate you, babyface. Stay off my stage, or I will put my foot in
Damn.
all the way in yo. Anyway,
That was surprisingly good. Okay, so here's the deal for those who do not know. They did a show. They're actually doing a tour. And Babyface was not opening for Anita Baker, but he was the beginning act. And one thing led to another, and she basically told him that she needed her space and that he needed to leave. And so the fans ripped her a new one. Now, I heard from a friend of mine that I will not mention his Facebook page. He's a big fan of both. And he basically said Auntie was showing her ass, that she's rusty and that she didn't do the proper mic checks. And the problem was the music wasn't musicking. It wasn't syncing up. And she has already had a reputation as being a diva. Those of us who are fans from long ago, like myself, remember when she and Luther Vandross had beef. And I was of the frame of thought that maybe he was being too hard on her. But I guess if you start hearing story upon story upon story about artists falling out with other people, you start to think, maybe it's you, Anita, you problem. I don't know. I love them both, but she asked him to leave. What y'all think? I think that was in bad form.
I'll let you go first. V.
Okay.
He likes Coleman.
Yeah, he is. The sad part is D-Ray, the producer, and I have dealt with let's say maturing artists who think they stuff don't stink.
Oh, here we go.
It's funny that they really look at you as you are beneath me, you peasant. And it is mind-boggling that people do live that way. And it's heartbreaking if that's the case with Anita Baker, because I was truly a fan. And something like that could definitely sour the whole thing. So
Right.
I'm still a fan, but yeah, I'm with you. I was disappointed.
The thing is like you said, Lena, Anita Baker has a reputation of being a diva. Elliot Jackson says, you don't ask Babyface to leave. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Absolutely.
Nice.
And because here's the thing, and I don't feel any kind of way from saying this. Babyface is an icon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, they both are. Yeah.
No, they're not. And that's
I didn't
why
say it, Miss Anita. He said it.
I said it. I meant it. It's one thing to sing the songs. It's another thing to sing, write, produce, have a company, create an entire roster, create a whole thing.
other proteges. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
True that.
when the last time Anita was on the charts? Like what, Body and Soul, 94?
It was after that, I'm sure.
No,
Not
that's
much
it.
longer, but
But my point being is that there is a decorum, and there is you have to look out for not people. You have to look out for more than just yourself. I mean, in this particular case, if this promoter could have been held liable by people that came to see Babyface,
Right.
and then there's no Babyface, well, they have a good right to demand their money back, right? Now, who's gonna pay for that? So
I agree.
I think now I will say this: my sister Stephanie Mills, who is slowly becoming more of a Black History hero to me than just one of my favorite singers. She immediately jumped on Twitter and said, "Babyface, you can come on tour with me anytime."
I saw that.
No doubt.
I
No
saw
doubt.
that. Yeah,
And
that's
to
worth noting.
and to me, that's a win. Now, who is
I
not?
would say,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, D-Ray.
No, I
Go
was
ahead.
just gonna say, who would not this summer go see Babyface and
Right.
Stephanie Mills? Who
That's
would?
what I was gonna say to it.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a better
I'd like to say if
lot
anybody would like
concept.
to
Yeah.
give to the Lena Unapologetic Babyface and Stephanie Mills tour, I have Cash App. I have
You know,
the one with the square. You can also inbox me, and we can work something out.
not the one with the square.
Not the one with the square.
The
She
one with
said.
the square, PayPal, it would mean a
Oh,
lot,
here we go.
help an artist out. Okay, so moving on because we got some. I really want to get to our guest. I would like to talk about this Color Purple remix. Oh, there we are. Look at that cast. Oh my God.
All that chocolate.
I'm trying to tell you, all that beautiful melanin. Look at Taraji. She still looks like Cookie Lyons to me. But I know she's gonna be
She's stuck in
Suge.
that character.
Yeah, she's Suge Lyons. She's some combination of the two. But this is gonna be an awesome movie. I saw the original. I read the book by Alice Walker long before the movie came out. Shouts out, may he rest in peace. My father had a small part in it. And so it's got special connections for me. My good friend Shar was in a local production. I love The Color Purple. I love that Quincy Jones, Steven Spielberg, and Oprah Winfrey got over the beef that went on between Spielberg and Oprah, and they joined forces again, like some kind of movie version of the X-Men, and made this happen. I'm excited, and we got Haley Bailey, who's
Haley
now
Bailey.
2 for 2 with The Little Mermaid. Like, old girl from Orange is the New Black. This is gonna be the shit. I can't wait.
Wow.
How can I put this? It maybe when this comes on HBO, I'll watch it.
Oh man,
Maybe. If it ain't nothing else to do, nothing
Bruh.
else on, and
Damn.
my internet might be down, or kids, maybe something. The only redeeming thing that I see about this movie is the fact that my hometown's own Fantasia Barrino is in this movie, and she's
Kakalaki?
representing North Kakalaki to the fullest. But I am not looking forward to this movie at all.
Did you
I
see
did
that
not-
cast? We need to put that picture back up again. You saw
I-
All right,
that?
I'll go ahead.
I don't care.
That's right. Cover his face. Look how beautiful old girl from Orange is the New Black. I'm forgetting her name.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name
What's
either.
her
But
Tasty?
yeah,
That
Tasty
ain't her
from
real
Orange is the New
name.
Black. Yeah, but
Oh, that was a Nick. Okay.
I don't care. I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Well, I guess we can't change your minds. Veep, your word on it?
It's a good thing that my black card is secure somewhere really far away. So I've never seen Color Purple. So why should I see the sequel?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't with y'all.
You can't never say nothing else to me, Lena. You can't never say nothing else to me ever in life. You can't.
Y'all
Nope.
got me feeling super blackety black here. You got one and ain't gonna
Yes.
see it, and the one that ain't seen the original one. And I'm up here caping for this thing like I got money tied up in it.
You got that.
Yo,
If whether you seeing the show live or later, it hit me up with I'm going to see it, Lena, and we can meet up later. Maybe I don't know. I'm excited about
I should say hit D-Ray up and say I ain't going to see that bullshit, but I ain't. Gonna
Wow.
it. Just the disrespect of it all. I cannot. So can
dang.
we briefly talk about?
Oh,
wow.
snap. Not the Prez.
President
I'm done.
Jackson.
I'm done.
I've never seen it either. Wow.
Captain Watch Movies ain't seen it either. Whoa,
Whiskey
that's-
Tango Foxtrot.
Did you say?
Whiskey Tango
Wait
Foxtrot.
a minute. Did you say Captain Watch a Movie?
Yeah.
That's going on a
He ain't-
t-shirt.
It's going to
He
be
ain't seen
so.
it. Whoa.
That's his
Listen.
face. His face on a bag of popcorn. Go ahead, Lena. I'm sorry.
No, I'm okay. So moving on, because I'm done with all of y'all right now.
You're flabbergasted.
I am flabbergasted. I truly am. I know what you're doing. So this next topic, I just want to touch on it really quick. Ron DeSantis Oh my, I don't know what to say. So he's going to be running for president as if 4 years of 45 weren't enough. Ron DeSantis is throwing his hat. And my nickname for this guy, Asperger's Lex Luthor, otherwise known as Elon Musk, is going to be supporting him financially. I call him that because Elon Musk is on the spectrum. Now, I mean no disrespect to that because my son is on the spectrum. He has autism, and I have friends with autism. However, Elon Musk is not your Big Bang Theory Sheldon, guy with Asperger's. He uses his powers for evil, not good. That's my opinion, unapologetically. We don't have to stay long on this. I'm hoping that people will not be. Let's just say this: we need to do a voter awareness show that this duo does not happen. I'm not here for the Legion of Doom. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, you said it all. You better get your ass out and vote. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
That's a T-shirt. Get your ass out and vote.
Get your ass out and vote.
Unapologetically.
Unapologetically. I would wear that one.
If you go see Color Purple, you get your ass out and vote.
Real quick before we move on, speaking of movies with Beyonce's girl Halle Bailey in it, what do you guys think about the new Little Mermaid movie? I'm excited about going to see that. I know we don't have a graphic, but I'm trying to see that maybe this weekend with my kids. I'm excited about her doing the role of Ariel in the Little Mermaid, Halle Bailey.
I'm proud of the fact that she got cast. She got cast in it. I'm proud of the fact that she's a very talented young lady. Am I going to see it? Probably not. But then my daughter did ask about it. I
was going to say, your kids are going to make you go.
No, my son is going to make me go see Into the Spider-Verse 2 next week.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
now, that right there, we talking about that next week.
Now that my son is going to make me go see. But Little Mermaid, I think it's important for little black girls to see themselves represented on the big screen in such a way.
Matters.
And so I might just have to bite the bullet and take one for the team and take her to see that, because I think the historical significance of that far outweighs whatever boredom I might experience. So
I think you'll enjoy it. Beep, I'm gonna bet right now that when he goes to see it, because he's gonna go see it, he will enjoy it. I know when I see it with my kids, I'm gonna love it. And okay, what does Elliot say?
Elliot Jackson.
Waiting till it comes to Disney Plus.
Man, you know what, Elliot? Me and you getting along tonight, brother, because I could see me doing that.
2 for 2.
I could see me doing that. It's like, hey, it's on Disney Plus. Hey, save me $40.
No, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Seeing it on Disney Plus, being in the comfort of your own, your own spot, so your boys don't see you. Where you going, dog? You ain't gonna see this John Wick? Nah, dog.
See,
I'm going to see.
It's that toxic masculinity.
I'm going to see the Little Mermaid. I'm going to see Ariel.
When is it time for the blast artist of the day?
Hey, we can do it early if you like. You want to get it done out the way, or what?
I just don't want y'all hating on the Little Mermaid because this is
Little Mermaid. We just ain't going to see it.
Ariel, yeah, but y'all talking shit about it though.
No, I told you I appreciate the historical significance. I appreciate it without them getting my $40. That's it.
Can we say talking shit in Disney in the same sentence? I feel like that's a crime.
Shoot, ever since they took
somewhere
Marvel, we got no choice now.
When you say that.
The views and opinions of those on the LENA Unapologetic show do not reflect those of Blast Media, Soul Res Music, or anybody else on the planet except LENA Unapologetic.
I got nothing bad to say about the Mouse House. I love the Mouse House. I can't wait to get out there. Trust me.
Oh boy, I just see what you did there.
That was a good flip.
That was a good flip. Boy, that was a good flip. I ain't seen a flip like that since Brown Hall.
Wow.
Okay, I would like to go ahead to the blast artist because I want to do that and then get to our guest because he dropped some dimes.
Facts.
I tell you, Gene dropped some dimes on us. We enjoyed that interview, and
Facts.
The fact that he did it in the airport on top of that really meant a lot to me.
Right.
Well, cool. We're going to drop the blast artist of the week. This young man is one of the pillars of Blast. He's been here since day one. This is J-Saw, and this is called Happen for a Reason. Check
All
it out.
right.
Let's go.
I'm that cold. I walk on water and be freezing. I stay blessed. You think I'm round here be sneezing? Oh, is that so? You lost everything, man. You dreaming? Yeah, I was flat, broke. Everything had for a reason. I'm that cold. I walk on water and be freezing. I stay blessed. You think I'm round here be sneezing? Oh, is that so? You lost everything, man. You dreaming? Yeah, I was flat, broke. Everything had for a reason. Escalade, 26s, sunroof back, pulling many, VIP, popping bottles, Charlie's Angels sitting on my lap on full throttle, big ass house, gym and pool table, double doors to the master, has a Barsy telling fables, I put it on my kids, I really live that life, I've been there, done that, man, don't need to live that twice, that shit come with a price, that light will blind your sight, from all gold that's inside, okay, just one more night, the light hit ice, it shines so bright, brought gold diggers to my side, just one more night and I'll do right, I'm addicted to that life, see that type of thinking, show me I had insecurities, I had to lose it all to build it back and show I was worthy, G, now I know my worth, I'm a king, I think accordingly, a man admits his faults, what's your story? I'm that cold, I walk on water and be freezing, I stay blessed, you think I'm round here be sneezing, oh is that so? You lost everything, man, you dreaming, yeah I was flat, broke, everything got for a reason, I'm that cold, I walk on water and be freezing, I stay blessed, you think I'm round here be sneezing, oh is that so? You lost everything, man, you dreaming, yeah I was flat, broke, everything got for a reason, every day, in the streets, it's a privilege to me to drink that Hennessy, on the west side, chillin' in the jets, do a few shots with the homie, hop back in the whip, then I hit the strip, just to floss and shit, niggas thinking I'm a lick, females thinking I'm a trick, just like a frugal aggressive man, I ain't with that shit, niggas jump me at the strip club, yeah they got my shit, I knocked two of the motherfuckers out before they got my shit, I went up there next weekend by myself just to get my shit, there was nowhere to be found, man, I was mad as shit, I wore my Louis Vuittons with the spikes just to kick a bit, all of this could have been avoided, I was a little humble, I had a girl at home alone, no wonder why that fuck, my pride had the best of me, no wonder why I always stumble, I was a drunk uncle, lost it all, but look what came from it, I'm that cold, I walk on water and be freezing, I stay blessed, you think I'm round here be sneezing, oh is that so? You lost everything, man, you dreaming, yeah I was flat, broke, everything got for a reason, I'm that cold, I walk on water and be freezing, I stay blessed, you think I'm round here be sneezing, oh is that so? You lost everything, man, you dreaming, yeah I was flat, broke, everything had for a reason.
Yes, indeed. Our boy Jay Saw.
Jay Saw in the
Happened for a
building.
reason.
Can he not make a good song? I mean, everything he does is pretty tight. I was like,
Well, you know that was a B plus. Because I
That's
didn't
an
produce
inside joke.
Yeah, that's an inside joke. I tell Jay Saw everything's a B plus if I didn't produce
oh,
it.
I didn't get that because I was like, I it went over my head. But
Nah, Jay,
So let me
Jay my
do-
boy, man, he know he killing it.
all I
let me
want to
do
know
the
is real
spiel
quick
real quick.
question. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, V.
Let me finish this part real quick.
Okay.
If you are an independent artist or even a spoken word poet or even a comedian that would like to gain some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. That's blastmusic247.com, changing the industry one artist at a time. And you fans that like Jay Saw and other artists, go there. You can also listen to tons of music, and that's for the free. So go ahead to blastmusic247.com and register. Okay, Lena, go ahead.
I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah.
You know that I just wanted to say, like, there's certain people on the roster that we have to maybe do a show. If I don't, maybe another podcast where I could get some of my favorites. I want Angie Monroe. I want Kelsey
Montanez.
Montanez. I want who's my boy that does bitch? I gotta have him.
Oh, that's Kenneth Fly.
Kenneth
Fly Holmes.
Kenneth Fly Holmes. Yeah, that's gonna be a future show. Well, anyway, without further ado, Can we put up some pictures and talk about our guests for the evening?
Most
Can we do that?
definitely. Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
so if you don't recognize the name Gene Groove Allen, you may recognize the image. Okay, you see the brother on the left? This is one half of the hip hop group Groove Be Chill. As I mentioned in his name, Gene Groove Allen, and there he is right there. Hasn't changed much over the years. Got a little more buff. And then we got Daryl Chill over to the right, which some of you all may recognize him not only from this scene from House Party 1 with the iconic dance scene that comes up after they having this conversation. And then he's been on some other TV shows, but I was excited to have Gene, and there he is again. Shout outs to Big Buddha for making this possible, because I learned some things about the industry talking to him. So
Facts.
we're gonna go ahead and show that video that we did earlier, and how we
Cue that
chopped
D.
up.
Yep. Let's go.
Let's do it.
And after you show the video, we're kind of going to weigh in between the clips.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, great. Because I want to get your take on it, Troy.
Oh, for sure.
Right. Here we
Welcome. Oh my gosh. So, oops. As luck would have it, I get a phone call right when I'm doing my introductions. I'd like to introduce and welcome Gene to the show. Gene Groove Allen to the show. Gotta say the whole government name.
Yeah, the whole name.
I can't stop
What's
smiling.
going on? What's up? Believe me, how y'all doing out there? How y'all feeling?
Maintaining, man. It's good
Yeah.
to see you.
Very good.
No, it's good to see y'all. It's a pleasure and honor. You don't even know. I'm excited about this interview. I'm excited about chopping up with you and talking what's going on.
Absolutely.
Well, we have a mutual contact, a mutual friend that I must bring up really quick.
Yes.
I'm going to pop that picture on the screen a little bit later, but
Please.
a fellow Winston-Salem State Ram. So shouts out to Reggie Rollins, otherwise known as Big
My
Buddha.
brother. That's my dude. That's my guy. It's amazing. What you find is that as you connect with people, you never know what's going to happen. I think we became, I saw him on Facebook maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I know what he used to do, and he connected, shouted out, and we've been talking and, just vibing and, connecting. And then he said, hey, I have a friend, once we do a podcast. And I always like to do podcasts. And I think that's the best way to let people really know what you do. So Reggie, man, a blessed dude, my man, big up Reggie Vinyls,
That's our thing too.
That's
Shouts
it.
out to Big Buddha, Reggie Rollins. Yeah, so I'm glad he was able to make it, pop, because I'm a 71 baby. I don't mind telling my age.
Okay,
And
okay.
dear, I don't know if you want to say your age or not.
No, not at all.
All right.
I'm just leave.
Go ahead and tell the story, though.
I'm gonna leave you right on out there by yourself.
That's okay.
I'm a 72 baby Groove, so yeah, I'm right there.
I'm with you. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
As fans of the culture, fans of hip hop, this was an honor to have you on. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, but let me start from go back to the basics. For those who do not know, Gene is an actor and a rapper. And I want to say it's almost equally balanced, because when you look at your list of credentials, not just on the hip hop scene, but as a performer, as an actor, I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of like a combination. You're a raptor or something. Like it's all together.
I like
Call
it.
his brother a dinosaur. Did you just say raptor?
No. I love that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take that. Raptor. You know what? It's funny. When we started, so go back a little bit. I've always been involved in hip hop. When hip hop first started, a friend of mine, a great friend of mine, DL, Joe and Ruff, he moved from the Bronx to Long Island, and he had these tapes. And he played these tapes. He was in his basement. He played these tapes, and all I heard was beats and rhymes. Grandmaster Flash. It was Coco. It was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Country 3, 24 plus 1 more, DJ Hollywood, Cheaper. I mean, all these iconic people from the New York, and I fell in love. I was like, that's what I want to do. And come to present, I wanted to do music. So we used to rap and talk, we rap, and culminated into this group we chill. And so, we were rappers, we were signed to Uptown Records. And it's funny because like people don't know we rap. We had an album. That's a whole another story which we'll talk about. But rapping and acting was always something like, you're on that stage, that's how you gotta get the crowd involved. You gotta give them something. You just can't say your words. You gotta perform your words. So that's where we got that whole combination from.
So
I like how you did that.
yeah, absolutely. So as you alluded to, most of us are not familiar with your music, but we are familiar with your work in cinematic history, in cinematic film. Now, here's my question, not to gas your ego up, but in the 60s, they had Raisin in the Sun. The 70s was Shaft and Cooley High. The 80s, my generation, us 70s babies,
Bring it.
House Party, the original, not this remake that they tried to do, but the original House Party.
We come to that question.
Yeah, we're gonna come to that question. But the original House Party is interwoven in our DNA. It is like literally part of a generation's DNA. How does it feel that even though you were on the scene on film briefly,
the most iconic scene in the whole movie?
You know what I mean? Hey, everybody! I joke with him, and I said he's the most famous Fallout drunk in cinematic history. However, the part of the matter is you are actually a part of history. Like when people from our generation look up and they say you were in House Party, how does that make you feel? How do you equate that? That's like, wow, that's gonna go on forever.
Sometimes, like when you just said that, I got chills because when you're doing it, you don't say, "Hey, this is going to be the one that lasts forever." We just got voted into the Library of Congress, in Washington D.C., and to me, so my children's children will be able to see what we did, and a lot of people don't realize when we started this whole House Party scenario, we was in front of it. We met the Harlem Brothers at our first video shoot, Heavy D in the Force, Mr. Big Stuff, and he did Uptown's Kicking It, Uptown Records, Andre Harrell, God bless, R.I.P. Andre Harrell, that's my man, my mentor, I love him to death. So we met the Harlem Brothers, we got to the set real early, we about our business. They got to be there, we got there like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And they asked us what we did, we said, well, we do parties. They said, listen, we have this treatment that we're working on. It's about parties, and we want to talk to you about it. So for 2.5, almost 3 years, we went back and forth to Manhattan. We did workshops with them. We told them, we played for parties, red light. We get some people got drunk, some people ate, some people messed up the house, the music, the battles, etc. Once we got signed to Uptown, we nothing was really moving in our management. The Harlem Brothers gave us a call and said, listen, we got this treatment. We want you to audition for the role of House Party. At this time, we went down, it was realized in the Disney House. And we went down there, we auditioned for the roles. I was supposed to play the part of Clay. My man Dalton Mitchell was playing Kid, and DJ Bilal, our DJ, Bilal, legendary, he was going to play Martin Lawrence's part. We went there and killed him. We killed it. We said, "Oh, you guys are great! Oh my God, we love you." they were because you're asking people that you asked us to do what we do, and we good at what we do. So we killed it. They loved us. We had the role, but we didn't have a hit record. So they went with the bigger things. Kid and Play was hot at that time. Made sense. And Kid and Play ended up getting the starring roles in the movie. So the joke is, we made 5,000, they made 5 million, but we're not bitter.
That needs to go on a T-shirt.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna do that too. It's incredible. Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just I'm caught up in the moment of imagining all that. So here's something I want to know, and I don't want to talk about House Party the whole time, but we definitely want to discuss it because that's where I became introduced to everybody, including Martin Lawrence, because I wasn't familiar with him. The only one I can say I actually was familiar with was Tisha Campbell's work, and being a child actor that would come with it. But there's a scene I have to ask about, or a moment in that iconic scene. When you guys get ready to do the dance off, rumor has it that the song by Full Force hadn't been recorded yet, and that you all were dancing to something else, or
we get to a beat, boom, 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 and that's why when you have stuff that's organic, you know it's working, you know it's real, you know it's made. We have practiced that like maybe for a week or two. Me, Kid, Play, Shrek, AJ, Tisha Campbell, Kill, that whole scene at the kitchen and moving into the kitchen. And then we got onto the set. And it was funny because, you know, you're just moving to that steady beat. And then, I don't know, you know, Full Force was working on their music and it just connected. And when they dropped that down, it just fit Full Force. It just fit. And to this day, you know, that's when you know that, you know, you got the God blessing. When things happen like that, naturally, without forcing it, you know you on to something. And that's what we did.
I love it.
Now, I know we're going to move away from House Party, but I have to ask because my favorite comedian of all time was in House Party. God bless Robin Harris. Robin Harris was that dude. And do you have any stories or any experiences dealing with Robin Harris on set?
It was the point where, you know, we would, so if you shot like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we would come back Thursday, Friday, because we knew Robin was going to be on set. But he was crazy. Robin would like just snap at everybody and anything. So you wanted to make sure that you were dressed right. You didn't have in your eyes. You wasn't eating nothing. Nothing was in you. You made sure you didn't stink, because if you caught it, you were done. You were done. You know, John Witherspoon. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Hey, baby. Yes, you do. That's a nice one. You know, even Martin. And at that time, Martin was, you know, he didn't have a show. He was a stand-up comedian, real cool dude out of Baltimore. You know, so I would have to say that collectively, everybody was really real about just doing the best that they could. The Hudson brothers allowed everyone to put their own emotion into it, and as an actor, you're supposed to. But they really gave us a lot of leeway in terms of how we wanted to present on the camera. And with Robin, they would just let him go. They put him out there, they feed him a line, go, and he killed it. And you know, R.I.P. You know, such an incredible legend. John Witherspoon, incredible legends. I mean, there's so many iconic people came out of that movie. You know, Tisha, obviously, Tisha Campbell, AJ Johnson. You know, Marsha Ambrosius was an extra on the set.
Wow, I did not realize that.
Yeah, a lot of talent.
Wow.
Marsha Ambrosius, I'm a big fan, so I'm a little wow.
Me too. You know, and I remember, you know, we all hung out because that was the place you also go. You would go where the answers were, because that's where everybody was hanging out, doing what they do, and it was family. It was family. It didn't feel like he was on a movie. It was just family all the time.
Now, I know we're going to go on, because honestly, we could do a series on questions I could ask you, but there's a couple of, like, before we get to Ruby Chill, before we get to the group that you are producing now, what I want to ask you really quick about House Party, because again, it is one of my favorite movies as well. So much talent on that set. I'm going to ask something, because this is an unapologetic show. All those beautiful women on the set, right? We're talking Tisha Campbell, AJ Johnson, even BB Drake, if I'm not mistaken. You know, a beautiful, seasoned woman. Outside of the professional setting, was there anybody that you had your eye on? Because, you know, I'm a straight.
Wait a minute, Lena. What kind of question is that?
It's an unapologetic question.
It's so good. Listen, you know, at the time, you know, I was in a relationship. I'm actually with the woman that I married. My wife now is the woman that I was with back when I was doing the movie.
That's what's
So
up,
don't get me
player.
wrong. But no,
That's
but,
what's
you know,
up,
don't
No,
get me
player.
that's impressive. Seriously.
no, but you know, I'm a man. I see the extras. When you went to the extras, that's where you got. That's where you went to. Yeah, that's where you went. You know, the Tisha Gorgeous, AJ Gorgeous. But the extra, that's where you went. You went
You
right
did
there.
mention Marsha Ambrosia.
Yeah, you know, but it was like because you had like a lot of you had dancers, you had other up and coming artists, rappers and whatnot, and to the point, but you had a lot of beautiful women. You know, you talking about a whole party, 20, 30, 40 people coming in and out. So, you know, if you wanted to see the good looking ones, you go to the where the extra set was. And that's where we was at.
Wow.
You know what? House party makes me feel really nostalgic because we used to dress up to go to parties.
That's right.
We used
Right.
to dress. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
did.
I don't know what these kids do now, but we actually show up in patent
Playing
leather
with it.
shoes and suits and the rayon shirts. Yeah, we actually could dress.
Trying to
Then,
be a little fly. You know, you want to show yourself, put those
you,
smell goods on.
you know, you
In
know.
fact, I was trying to pay homage to the era. I don't know if I'm doing it, but this shirt is my idea of vintage. I got my little chain on, if you can see
The
it.
color, I see the color, I see the shade. I'm telling
Even
you
the
that.
hair, I got my dreadlocks kind of pushed up all big and,
Spot on.
you know, it's
Spot
right.
on.
I'm trying to bring it. But so,
You,
okay,
you
we
brought it. You brought it. You brought it.
thank you. I tried. But we can move on from house party. But yeah, I just want to say once again, that was coming of age movie for me. My whole posse, we went out to see it, and up the whole row, we were that deep. And we quote lines even now, like what 30 something years later, we still do. So
I'm
now,
getting those digits.
now I'm feeling that. I'm feeling my age, but it's all good because I'm here.
Get
I
the
wanted
digits.
to ask.
You muted, Lena. There you go.
I had to unmute her.
Oh,
Okay.
So
Y'all giving me vertigo. Woo.
Oh, sorry about that.
My bad.
Hey, first thing I have to say is this. That trip back to memory lane, I'm sorry. House Party was one of those movies that I seen on repeat.
You mean you saw a movie?
You know what I'm saying? That one definitely, because Robin Harris was big at that time, and just him talking, saying anything crazy to anybody, we ate that up.
Yes,
But
man.
I was a big fan of Kid and Play. Loved Kid and Play. Are you kidding? Kid and Play was definitely everything to me. And then Martin Lawrence was just starting to come up, but he was too funny. And Robin Harris talk about well, I don't know why they named that boy Bilal, knowing he's from Cleveland. I remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? What we learned today, though, was that
This part.
Test 2, baby.
yeah,
You're
that's right. Groove Allen's DJ in their actual group was named Bilal, and so what the Hudman brothers did was when they replaced him and Chill, they also gave their DJ's name to Martin Lawrence's character.
It's Shale as fuck. We don't want you, but we like your name, though.
Dang.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
That's
That's
up.
right, Prez. Test 2, baby.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Robin Harris, but also
Rest in
Classic.
he dropped the Easter egg that we wasn't ready for, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I had to fact check it because I know how old Marsha Ambrosius was at that time, because she couldn't have been no more than 12 or 13 years old. So
Wow.
There she is.
that's the scene, y'all. There she is. That's
And
Robin
there's
Harris,
Robin.
and Marsha is in the striped shirt, and she's so
Wow.
much as confirmed that on her Twitter page, where she says, "My other house party boo, that was me in the striped T-shirt." So
And Bow-Legged Lou talking to her in real time.
right.
Yo,
So crazy.
the fact that the Hugh brothers made us believe that Full Force was 17-year-olds.
I know, right?
That's the part.
That was the
Oh
same
my
people that
god.
cast the movie Grease, cast the House Party movies, and we
I
fell
guess
for
so.
it.
Yeah. No, I think it was more. The Hudlin brothers was more egregious because them Negroes was 30. So
But I'm saying, friggin' Paul Anthony was a huge brother.
You
He
know,
was all like this.
he's still huge.
Paul
Dang,
Anthony, hold
I
up, wait a
bet.
minute. Which one was that?
That's the
The
dark
one with
skinned
the
one with the
tail?
Jerry curl. The one that kind of looked like Mr. T.
Okay, because there are two that look alike. Bow-Legged Lou is the one you definitely know who he is.
Yeah.
And
I'll
the
kick your butt. That was
that's-
Bow-Legged Lou's crazy.
That's pretty good, dude.
Thank you.
You know, we also found out that Gene is a voiceover actor. You know, more to come on that later, but that was pretty interesting. And you can, I'm getting those digits.
I'm getting those digits.
Right. That line right there. Did I look starstruck? Y'all be honest with me. I was trying not to do that, but whenever we have somebody that comes on here that I'm familiar, a fan of their work, I can't help it. I'm just.
I'm
Is it
trying to
obvious?
decide how I should answer that.
You
You know
know?
what? Don't beat. I want to hear from you.
That's I'm pretty sure you were ovulating, but I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Wow.
Married
bro.
man. That's a married man.
Wow, bro.
Just nothing but respect. I was like
If
that
any-
with Rain.
Right.
That's a
If
woman.
ovulated
anything,
with
I could
rain?
definitely,
Stop it. Go ahead. Beat as you were saying.
as I was saying, I just think you were having a really wonderful time because you're able to,
Thank you.
you know, think about all of the amazing things that happened in that movie and just kind of that flashback was amazing.
We were
Right.
all starstruck because we
Yeah,
were
we
all
were.
nostalgic. We lived that.
Facts.
Carla Simpson, Crazy Carla Concoction said, I used to love AJ because she was always dancing. And you know
Yes.
what's crazy about that, Carla? What he said was they were dancing to just a beat. And so if you go back and you look at the choreography, you can spot little parts of it that it just didn't quite fit because
Right.
they hadn't
I noticed that.
they hadn't written the track yet. So they had to go back and add the music.
Are we
So-
going to
Yeah.
show that later, or I don't want to
Now,
be redundant here?
we ain't getting kicked off of YouTube. Y'all go watch the original House Party.
No, I mean, like, are we going to show the part where he breaks that down? Remember when I asked the question about that?
I thought we didn't he say that? Didn't he said that? I thought he said that already.
I could be wrong, but just
But
to
I thought he said-
reiterate really quick, that was one of the coolest parts of that scene to me was that they're actually dancing to just like some basic music. So we all saw it. Okay, all right. I'm telling on myself. That's when I was on my cell phone.
It was my fault. The ovulation joke was too bad. It was too much. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It
You want to
distracted
think
you.
you have that effect, but
It distracted you. I'm so sorry.
anyway, I just love that part that Full Force hadn't even recorded the song yet. I
Right.
will never watch that scene again. I don't know about the same way. Now I don't know about
No.
y'all, but knowing
Absolutely.
that, I'm gonna be sitting there trying to see if anybody's off, or
Yeah.
whatever.
And I'm gonna be sitting there trying to spot Marsha in the party. Like, how this underage girl get in this party? Elliot Jackson
Right.
said, I don't think he said it yet.
Thank
Well,
you, Elliot. See, it didn't. I guess we'll eventually know. I don't know if you're gonna play that part or not, but memory lane is a happy place.
absolutely.
It is. It is.
Ain't my type
Ain't
of
my
hype.
type
Oh,
of hype, baby.
That's
Ain't
what I'm
my
talking
type
about.
of hype.
And
Oh.
also shout out to the Hudlin brothers for casting the original Funk Master. George Clinton was in House Party.
Yes.
That's right.
You know,
That
and at that
cast-
time, that was when West Coast was really, the West Coast music was popping off. He was probably one of the most sampled artists, maybe minus maybe James Brown. And so
Close
to
to
have him
James,
in an
yeah.
actual movie to get his flowers, that was dope. So
The Hudlin
Yeah.
brothers put everybody in that movie, including themselves. Y'all remember the part where they were in it?
yeah,
What about you, V? You remember when they made a cameo?
You know, I never knew who those Negroes were. So
There's a scene where there are these two guys in the alley and they've stolen some stuff. like a TV set or something crazy. They had something that they stole. Was it a refrigerator? I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. It was something weird that they stole, and they were dressed in suits. That's Reggie and Warren Hudlin.
Okay.
And one more bit about nerd culture. Reggie Hudlin used to write for the original Black Panther comic book, and he's one of the producers of the movie. Just wanted to bring that up. Yeah,
Real dope.
He's got a lot in the nerd game.
We learned so much on LENA Unapologetic.
Unapologetically learning.
There you go.
I can't. Listen.
Hey, look, y'all. We're gonna run a little bit over tonight, but trust me, it'll be worth it because this interview was just really, really dope. So, Lena, anything else you want to say before we queue up the next?
No, listen to the part 2 because I'm tired of y'all.
Here we go. Give me a second.
About working with Daryl, and for those who don't know, and I'm kind of like who doesn't know, Groovy Chill, you guys still work together for years after the movie wrap. How did that come together with you guys as a duo? And I want to know, like, kind of the arc of the origin to where you guys maybe went your separate ways.
So it all started. There's a park from Long Island, Wyandotte Day is like a big day where everybody comes, and you gotta remember, Long Island had a lot of talent. You talking about APMD, LP and Rakim, Leaders of the New School, De La Soul, Busta Rhymes, Chris Paul,
these names.
Just, Biz Markie, so we was all like hung out, K Solo, and so I went to Wyandotte that day. I was with a guy who was supposed to be rapping rap duo. DL, Derwin Rum, the guy that got me into rapping. He was going to Wyandotte. He didn't show up that night. So I went out there because I handled my own. I could do my thing.
Right.
And I went to the park, and there was this kid playing. It was Bilal, DJ Bilal Miller. The kid he was stiff on the table. And I remember there was a guy rapping, and he had this hat on with coins. Like, the guy with the hat and the coins. But he had the crowd rocking. He had the crowd rocking. And so what you do, sometimes you're like, listen, sometimes you don't go against the crowd, you go with the crowd. So instead of trying to battle, me and him ended up rapping together. And it really worked out. And at the time, I was with another group, Rock Squad. James Smith, very important person in getting me into rapping to that next level, because we used to hang out in Peak next to African Bambaataa. Shout out to African Bambaataa, Mighty Civilization. James is Harris Smith, EPMD's older brother, PMD. And Eric is the cousin of Daryl, but I digress.
This is fascinating. Please, I'm loving all of this.
We're all connected. It's all connected. So, Jerry J was the guy that was supposed to be the other rapper. He was part of the Rock Squad, going to be into this new group. Me, Jerry, Black. Jerry decided to go to the Navy. He didn't want to do that rap anymore. I was working, but I was bit by the bug. I wanted to direct. So Bilal said, "Hey, I have this friend. He wants to do that." I said, "Yeah, I remember him. He was rapping." So he ended up getting into the group. So from there, we started honing our skills, doing little demos. And a friend of ours, Nate Tinsley, I call him Boy Genius. The guy was like 14, 15, in his mom's basement, had all this equipment. He was working with these producers out of Queens who was connected with Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell had just signed his deal with Uptown Records, $5 million, and he needed one more rap group. And I remember that we got a call like at 3 o'clock. He said, Andre's going to be here for an hour. You need to get to Queens if you want to audition. So we drove, ran, burned, got tickets probably that day, got in front of Andre and auditioned one of our songs, and he signed us on the spot. And that's how we became the group. We changed the name. We were going to be Rock Squad. Rock Squad ended up doing some more recording. So we came up with the name, Be Chill Groove, Chill Be Groove, Be Chill, and it's stuck. And we did a lot, we did a lot of work, a lot of structure. Daryl is related to Joe Frazier.
Really?
Heavyweight champion. Yeah, yeah.
That's
So we would go to Philly. We would go to Philly. It would be me, Biz, Big Daddy Kane. We would chill. We would get into the truck and we go to Philly and we go to Joe's gym and do parties there and do shows there. And we were really family. We were really family. So when we did the movie, we did the music, we did the movie, and I remember coming back to New York, and when you do all this kind of stuff, you in LA and you shaking hands with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, and you back in New York, and it don't feel like nobody's knocking on your door. I got you right. Real quick. I really got you trust because I'm supposed to be a star. I used to be out there. And you find out, what kept the group together in terms of the common threads start to peel away. So, Gal decided to, do his thing, and I decided to do his thing. And I was there, still, I felt defeated at that time. I really did. And it was something that had a hold of me for quite a while until I became a new butterfly.
Thank you for your transparency on that.
Thanks.
This is what I love about opportunities like this because, for the rest of the world, we see you in the movies, we see you on TV, and we're just like, oh, wow, this person's a star. And if we don't see you for a while, it's like, what happened to them? And these movies are inspiring. They motivate, especially those of us who were a little seasoned or haven't gotten out there yet. It's so, I think, would you agree, D-Ray?
Absolutely. And for those of us who are creatives, we know this business. We know that there's low tide, there's high tide, and then sometimes there's no tide. And so we understand that. And for you to get that short period of time where it felt like you were white hot.
The sweet spot. What I mean? Yeah.
And for it to kind of go away, we know what that feels like. And so we commend you for your transparency, and by the grace of God, you're still here.
Yeah, and I tell you, my journey has been nothing but God bless. Listen, I remember a situation where, so you're talking about 5 years, 10 years go by, and I literally stopped believing in myself. And I worked. I did my thing. I became an SCN, financial advisor, a business banker. I got my Series 7, 63, 25. I was to the naked eye, I was successful. I'm doing like corporate America. Here I am. But that wasn't my passion. My passion is I want to bring to the masses. I want to entertain. I want to see that smile. And Dow Mitchell had a show for Brothers on Fox.
I remember that.
It was him, Michael Strahan, Paul Weathers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Me and my man, Corey Crash, shout out to Corey Crash, we went out to the Pacific, went out to LA. He was just on the Pacific Ocean. He was filmed out on the Pacific. And he had this condo by the water, by the ocean. So you hear the water at night, you got the windows open, and you excited. You go to the set, and Paul Weathers was he said, just classifying his rock. There is no tomorrow. And we would talk, we go to the set, he was in the show for a minute. So we got back on his rooftop, we were sitting and sipping, and he said, you gotta have a purpose. He called it GHAP, gotta have a purpose. They come back, so I wanted to come back. So I went back to New York and still feeling defeated. I'm looking around for my purpose. He literally like, where has my friend? And one day I woke up and I felt that God had literally touched me and said, the purpose is inside you are the purpose. And that's when I kind of lifted myself up, lifted up my chin, and started thinking about it. It's not about anybody helping you or not helping. It's about helping yourself. For years, I blamed. For years, I blamed everybody for me not being where I wanted to be. Everybody, my girlfriend at the time. I blamed the group, Daryl, blah blah blah. And although they could be integral in terms of that scenario, that's not the end all be all, because at the end of the day, it's about that man in the mirror. What you looking at? You're the reason. You're the reason why. And if you don't know that, you're lost. And so I literally turned that around, and that's when God started opening doors to me. And it's been amazing since.
That's a sermon.
Yeah,
You doing
that's a
it
message
right.
for real.
I had all these questions.
Wow.
I'm like, well, I just want to kind of stay there for a moment and take notes, because
Let
I'm
the church say.
Amen.
amen. Because I'll share this much about D-Ray and I. We are both God-fearing, God-loving,
Mm,
people,
mm.
and flawed, but I'm definitely a Christian. And my
Yep.
path right
Amen.
now, not to go too far into that, is I'm definitely all about my purpose. Talent
Mm,
is
mm,
great,
mm,
skills are great, all that comes
mm,
together in tandem.
mm.
But
Speak,
first and foremost, like, what am I here for, God?
speak,
Show me,
speak.
and I'll leave it at that. So
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. So
I'm
about
all
two
ears.
years ago, um, so I do business banking, and there was we sponsored a Black Expo, small business Black Expo out in my area, and it was
Okay.
on a Saturday, and I was not going to go. I was, we paid money, 2-3 thousand for them, and for businesses to do what they wanted to do. I wasn't going to go. The last minute, something said go. I went to go, and I went there. Still wasn't feeling like in the flow, but there was two brothers as I was walking out the door. We just stopped and they said, "Hey, you look familiar. You look like that guy. You look like that guy from House Party."
You
So
mentioned it all
I
the
was like,
time.
"I am." It happens a lot. So we chopped it up, and they invited me to their podcast, Dreamer 369. Shout out to Tree Gotti. Shout out to OG Hustle. And we got around the table, and it's actually a food table, and we sipping all kind of stuff. It was crazy. And I told him about that purpose, and I said that I'm the purpose. And all of a sudden, God said, "Nah, it's not you, it's we." And that was my beginning of my mission to really say, no matter what, however I can help anyone, whether it's the janitor wanting to own the building, or a teacher who wants to connect with whatever. If I can help them, that's my purpose. To connect one and one is always going to equal two. And that night when I left, my man OG Hustle, OG, he whispered in my ear and he said, "You should think of." He said, "Groove, you know what? You got to still a lot to get to culture. Why don't you think about a house party experience tour?" And
Wow.
once again, God said, "Boom." And God has been building and taking my steps. Even right now, God is God. God said, "You gonna get on this. You gonna get on this podcast."
Yeah, because listen, for those who don't
Not,
know,
not,
let me just sum this up. He is doing this interview from the airport. Now you a real one, okay? 'Cause I don't know if you can tell people
Most definitely,
walking
most
by, we
definitely,
can hear
most definitely, most
this.
definitely. Okay, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
So listen, I
It's
appreciate the
crazy.
dedication. Don't you, D-Ray?
Absolutely.
No,
I'm
no.
just
And he a
saying,
real one for real.
for real, for real. So yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
I was expecting a lot, but thank you. Of all the things I think I'll probably reflect on this part right here the most because it kind of touched me in my soul, where I am right
Yeah, that's for me. That's if I can't give what me singing and dancing and rapping, that don't mean nothing. If I can't give something through that, like the New Jack Kings, we'll talk about that a little later. But we focus on like nonprofit organizations locally because they're trying to find a way to increase their tickets to raise money for whatever mission they're on. So imagine, you got these guys doing family friendly music, family friendly fun music, dancing and singing, something that you remember, something that you can bring your kids to. And the New Jack Kings are swinging and singing. I'm hosting and shaking hands, and hopefully it'll help them increase their sales and help them with their mission at the end of the day. That's part of our mission.
Yes,
now.
indeed.
What did I mean? I loved it. I'm gonna probably watch it a couple times because he was dropping gems. That could have been a TED talk.
I mean, for real, what he said for people that may have had a hard time listening to him, I would encourage you, like you just said, go back and watch on Blast YouTube page. Go back and watch what he said. He said he had to find his purpose. You can't get anywhere without purpose because if it's all about money, if it's all about whatever, and you get there and you realize there's nothing after that, you know.
Right.
And yeah, so he really dropped some jewels right there, and it gets better with the last part of the interview, with what he was talking about as he's talking about pouring into this young group that he's producing and managing.
Shout outs to New Jack Kings.
New Jack Kings in the building, and there is an open invitation for them to be on Blast, to be on the Liftoff Blast Radio. So yeah, we did the doggone thing. Appreciate that. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you, Segment. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Wasn't
Appreciate
it?
that.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, go ahead.
Beep. I don't know how much time we have, but because Dia and I were talking to him, like, you want to weigh in. It was kind of hard to hear some parts of it, just a little bit, because he's literally in a terminal, and you can see people walking out with luggage and baggage and everything. And I was like, just appreciate him setting aside the time. He was flying from, well, I don't want to tell where he is, but he's one part of the country to another part of the country. He took time to do my little podcast. That means a lot. So yeah.
The thing that I look forward to be, if Blast happens to get to the status where people remember us from something,
it will.
I want to always be approachable. I don't ever want to seem like, you're beneath me, because that's not my nature now. So I expect to have that demeanor to allow anyone to approach me and just, hey, what's going on? Because, we use the bathroom the same. I just, zip my pants up the same. There's nothing different about me. I'm still human. And to hear this brother just share and be transparent at that, that's another thing. He didn't have to. He did not have to at all, but he chose to. So that just shows you how much power he has for himself to give back. So I'm all for that. Yeah. Not letting fame change you. So I'm with that.
Can we? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, and V, just to piggyback on that slightly, yeah, fame did kind of affect him, and the lack of it. You know what I'm saying? But how he had to battle through, how he had to battle through that. I think that's a lesson for all of us. I asked him after the show, and because we were running out of time, I asked him, do you think success has an age limit?
That was a great question. Yeah.
And his response was, it does if you let it. You know what I mean? But
I
then
like
I did.
That.
He said when he said I felt defeated, that was deep. Come on.
Yeah.
For real.
Say it. Thank you, Segment.
I mean, think about that for just a second. Between the period of 88 to 91, to be on the number one movie in the country, and he was in like 2 or 3 more, and him and Daryl, they were signed to Uptown before Puffy got there, right? So he was there when Jodeci pulled up, right? He was there with Christopher Williams and Father MC.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I see your look, V. As soon as you said Jodeci,
ooh, yeah. But anyway, and to have all of that go away, it's like a Greek tragedy, But I'm glad that he, turned it around. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that brings me to that's giving me some thoughts for another time. But about what it's like to. It's like, hold on. Speaking of Greek tragedy? Who was it? Oh God. Got close to
Icarus.
Icarus, thank you, Icarus, and fell down to Earth. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Okay, so I know we're over, but we're gonna go ahead and play this last part of the interview, and where we wrapped it up, and because we want everybody to get this, because the one thing about Blast, and it's one of the creeds that I believe in, is that we feed into the creative. And the spark is, you just got to believe in yourself, and you got to know who you are and what your lane is. And so he was dropping that kind of. I felt like he was feeding both of us.
He was.
You know what I mean? It wasn't just for the interview. We were both sitting up there like
students.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, you're right. He's like one of the elders of the tribe. That we're like, yeah. Right.
A little older than us, not much, but yeah, I want to see this. And if you love us, if you really love us, you'll stick around and watch too.
Absolutely. So here we go, last part.
That is the perfect segue into my next question. I wanted to ask you about the group. First of all, I love the name, New Jack
Thank you.
Kings. You know, if you don't see that play on words, then you a youngin.
Pretty
You
much.
should be dead right now because you're too young. So
Yeah.
tell us about the group that you produce, because I haven't heard the music yet, but I saw pictures and I saw the name and I was like, okay, we got an OG behind this. This is about to be good. So yeah, let's pop it up.
And and I'm sorry about that. I should have sent you some music because they're all on platform. So let me go back. God delivered to me a company out of Maryland called TFN, Total Faith Network. Shout out to the Queen, Dr. Cindy Ashley, COO, Marsh Kane Winfield. I went out because I do voiceover. So I sent them some stuff, my reel. I said, hey, you need some help with marketing it? Let me know. They said, hey, I know who you are. We'd like to have you on our show. We shoot in White Plains. And I was going to go as a guest up to White Plains to do their show and talk about what I've been doing. And maybe a day or two before I was supposed to go, they ended up firing the host. So my interview was canceled. A day later, they called me back and asked me would I like to be their new host of their flagship show called the Total Faith Show. Yeah, that's God. That was
I was gonna say,
met
look at
them on
God.
LinkedIn.
Mhm.
Never looked at
favor.
LinkedIn. Never used that all day. That's why my steps, me being in Vegas right now is God. But I digress. So I started like doing stuff out in social media. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Never did it before. And these guys reached out to me, DNA Allen and DJ Kimo. They were doing this record and they were paying homage to House Party. And they asked me would I like to be in the video. I said, sure, no
Okay.
problem.
All right.
Somehow they went to Fat Man Scoop and they were going to use him for ad drops. Because he say, I'll use my voice and I'll do a drop. He heard the record, he remixed it for free. And put
Whoa,
remixed
right.
it for free.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, Fat Man Scoop is a legend. He's an
Right.
icon. And for him to say, I love what you're doing, I love the music, and I'm going to remix for free, just let me be in the video.
That's what's
And
up.
That is what's up.
So I bring them to my show and I dub them the New Jack Kings, and I'm not saying that they're the Kings of New Jack because Teddy Riley, my man Guy, is the original, the Godfather. He is the New Jack Supreme. But my guys pay homage and they're niche and they love New Jack Swing, and they're kings as African American, young African American brothers. They walk in a king. They walk with God, and so they are the New Jack Kings, and they're serious about their stuff. So, after they did my show, maybe a week or 2 or 3 later, they asked me to be their manager. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had some problems with Uptown Management. I was having flashbacks. Oh boy, I don't know. But once again, that what they say, God shows you where you need to be. It's up to you to take it. And
That's right.
we've been rocking like that ever since.
Wow.
I, for one, am looking forward to it.
I want to hear it.
I am a
I'm
co-owner
gonna
of.
send you as soon as we get off. I'm gonna send it to you. So
Yeah, I'm a co-owner of Blast Radio 247, and we pride ourselves
Oh,
on being
nice.
champions of independent music. So we will definitely, once we get it, we will put it in rotation with with your blessing, sir. Definitely looking forward.
Matter of fact,
The
if we could
video's
just-
out.
Oh, sorry.
No, the video's out. The music's on platform, Spotify. It's called Daydreaming. Is their first single. They got Crazy. They got Magic Touch. They got Rock with You. They got a lot of stuff. And Batman Scoop was just in London with my fourth member, Ernest Usher. Shout out to Ernest Usher Digital. That's my media guru and his family. He was on stage with him in Manchester, UK, with Batman. And we're now working on taking this house party experience to a whole nother level.
No, okay. I have to ask this because I'm all about the connections and conversation. What did you really think, unapologetically, about the new House Party movie? I haven't seen it yet, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because social media has scared the crap out of me putting it down. And I know how people are. They're really heavy on the critique and slight on the approval. But so I was like, okay, I'm kind of busy, so I'm gonna sit down and watch it one of these days. But I heard so many bad things, it just made me not want to watch it. But I'm gonna watch it, if for nothing else, for the culture, because I'm just a fan of the brand. So, what did you think, really?
So once again, I am not I'm a Bible people. God, they their back office, their production team reached out to me in January. I don't know how they got my email, GeneGuvalent@gmail.com. I don't know. They said, we want to invite you to the premiere. They had a big premiere in LA. And I brought my man, Bonzilla. Shout out to Bonzilla. And we went out there and I met the cast and I saw some of the movie there. But it wasn't a great atmosphere for me to see the whole movie, so we kind of left early. But it made me reconnect with a lot of great people and see the excitement that it brought, because that Name House party is iconic. I went home and I saw the movie and I looked at it and I was, I didn't want to be critical. I said, let me see through.
Right.
And for me, I felt that they shouldn't have called it House. They could have called it anything else. And the reason why is because if you remember, House Party was not area descriptive. Didn't have a demographic.
That's right.
It didn't have a certain type of people. It just was.
Right.
It could have been downtown Detroit, Miami. Could have been Buffalo, New York.
I don't know I didn't know where the movie took place. I just know that it was some urban area.
There you go. When you saw the movie, it talked about it. It was LA. It was an LA thing. LA.
Oh, wow.
LA. Which is, but you don't have to call it out because honestly, the story just, it didn't work for me. I give shout out to the Bahamas. I give shout out to a black director bringing black actors to the forefront. But
thank you for again. I love that you are. I keep saying this, but a real one. Thank you for your honesty. You didn't bash it. The critique that I heard was it was so far away from the original storyline. It almost seemed like you're just sort of like hitching your wagon to a known brand, so that people would flock to see it. When the premise behind it really had nothing to do with the original, so it's not a remake. Even if they called it another house. Anyway, moving on. I just wanted to ask you.
So I know we're up against the clock, and brother, we really appreciate your time and your effort. But I do have one more deep question to throw at you.
Come on now.
Gene Groove Allen, what advice would you give to Gene Groove Allen from 35 years ago?
Ooh, that's a good one.
If you could go back in time and pull your younger self to the side and say, I have to tell you this, what advice would you give your younger self?
I would say, it was told to me a while back, maybe 6-7 years ago. And I had a conversation with Phil Mitchell, and he said, I said, yo, I'm trying to make some things do blah, 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 blah. And he said, Groove, you're already there. And I would go back when I got upset, when I didn't believe in myself, when I was blaming everybody else, and just say, yo, Groove, you're already there. All you have to do is move forward and speak what you want to speak, or speak it and put it out there. And people who respect you, who know you, who love you, and the ones that don't respect and love you will change because you're powerful in your word. So do what you want to do, say what you want to say, put it out there. There's power in the word. God has you, and you're going to make it happen. Maybe not today, but it's going to happen, and don't stop.
And that, as they say, will preach, sir.
I love it. I love it. I'll add one last
Sure,
question before we completely wrap, and you can make it as
sure,
succinct as you need.
sure, sure.
What advice, and this is the standard, would you give the young folks out there? And sort of a second part to that, what do you miss about old school hip hop? And what do you love about where we're going? So it's really kind of 3 in 1. Advice to the youngsters trying to get into the game. What do you miss about the old days? And what do you hate about what they're doing now? Or dislike, we'll say that.
So, I would definitely say to artists coming up, never give up your niche, whatever it is. People don't like it. As long as you like it and believe in it, keep doing it. Keep pushing it. Because if you believe in yourself, other people will feel you. What I missed about old school is like, I can let my daughter listen to that stuff still to this day.
Yeah.
And part of that, the House Party Experience Tour, it's like I'm out there on the stage and we're playing music. Like, we're playing Frankie Medley Day, we're playing Mary J. Blige, we're playing, we're playing Cameo. And we have people singing and dancing. And we're out there dancing with them. They're up on the stage dancing with them. So they're feeling that vibe. The music that they play now, and don't get me wrong, I dance to it, I listen to it. But they're straight to the point. So I like that, there's two sides to everybody. I'm still a man, so I like when we straight up tell me what I like and what you don't like, and I like that. But I would never let my daughter listen to it.
I like how you did that. Yeah, I like how you put that without putting them down. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I because I can't knock them for your hustle.
That's right.
You can choose to listen to it or not listen to it. I think there's a lot of creativity out there. I love the fact that I used to remember you had to get a cassette tape or CD and run to people and say, please, listen to my demo.
That's right.
Now,
I was just telling her that. I was like, I came from the generation that you had to stay ready. You kept your demo with you everywhere you went. I had a Memorex tape that was like pink, yellow, and whatever. And I kept it with me everywhere I went.
And let me add this real quick to it, because I'm a visual artist. For me, what I always say when folks bring up AI or people who rely solely on a computer, can you sing for your supper? If you put me in Russia or China and you gave me a sketch pad and nothing but pencils and pens, and I don't have any money, I will make enough to find a place to stay for the night and feed myself. I will sing for my supper. And if you can rap, if you can sing, if you can dance, whatever your skill set is, I'm not knocking technology. I'm just saying, like, don't rely on it solely. That's just my truth.
Speak the truth. Now, it's amazing. I'm going to call out another friend, God, for Juan Poon, celebrity DJ Juan Poon. He's out from here to Dubai. He plays for everybody. And he sat me down. He asked me to come to North Carolina on a humble. Maryland to North Carolina. I was in Charlotte about a month, 2 months ago. Month and a half. Went out to Charlotte to do a party at Sophie's. And so I went out to Charlotte Saturday morning. I was coming back Sunday. Wife, kids said, "We love you, go." We sat at the Waffle House and we're talking, and he's dropping me jewels. Back in the day, you wanted a record deal. You don't want a record deal now. I don't even care about that. I'd rather not have a record deal. He said, I'm gonna give you 3 jewels. He talked about corporate sponsorships. So my man is connecting me with corporate sponsorships as we speak. So you can write your own checks and go anywhere you want to. He talked about distribution. That's important, because if you got a distribution here, you don't need the record. You can do the things that the record company can do, and probably even better. And he talked about just having the ability to connect with people. And that's the thing that, I love about now, where we're in now, because I don't need a record company. I got New Jack Kings. I'm making connections. I got relationships, where everything is built on relationships and God. and that's it.
Wow, we can end on that. That was fascinating.
We can definitely end on that. We could probably talk another hour and a half.
Yeah, you know I
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah.
But we know you got stuff to do. Where can people contact you? Where can people find you, brother?
So IG, Facebook, TikTok, New Jack King, just New Jack King, put it in there, you'll find them. DNA Allen, DJ Chemo, Ernest Usher Digital Media, me, Gene Groove Allen, just type that in, GeneGrooveAllen.com, that's my website. And find us. The House Party Experience Tour, we're coming to a community near you. And it's all about family, friendly fun. Put those together. You can bring your grandmother, you can bring your 5-year-old. We gonna dance.
Hey, look, my knees can't handle that kid and play no more, but I might just give it a shot next time you're in the area.
I actually still try it. When the
Man, my knees make too much noise now.
I just want to say thank you so much, Gene Groove Allen, for coming to the show.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful. Shout out to Big for putting us in contact as Ram Fam. D-Ray, as always, you know how we do. Troy, catch you on this next time. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Leave your comments in the chat. And,
Yes.
thanks for watching.
Boom. Check it. One love. We are the purpose.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Did you hear what he said? We are the purpose.
I love that.
Yeah, that was dope.
Wow. Well, I know we've run excellent interview, LJ. This is history in the making. I agree. Thank you, DJ Big Tim. What's up?
Thank you.
WSSU in the house. Yeah,
Uptown's kicking it. Facts. So Veep, what are your thoughts, man?
Man, let me tell you, I just appreciate the transparency. Just being so humble and willing to share. It's refreshing because I'm one that likes to help. You know what I'm saying? And it just sounded like he was just trying to give out as many lifesavers as he can to everyone. So shout out to my man Big Gene. Much love. That was awesome.
No doubt. And it's kind of one of them things where we'll be thinking about this. This left a mark.
Yeah,
so
it did.
It left a mark. So I was very blessed to share the podcast stage with Miss LENA Unapologetic. So, Miss LENA, any final words? Because we way over tonight.
Yeah. If the other podcast that comes on after us were on, we'd be all up in their time. And it's running anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, people will be calling you the Anita Baker of Blast.
Oh,
you know what? We were all good. We were there. It was all kumbaya and love and peace. And then, okay.
That's messed up.
One last thing. Shout out Sunshine Cromwell could not be on the show. She and I were going to do a versus battle, but that's going to be rescheduled. In the meantime, you can check her out on Fridays, 7:00, right?
7:00. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There she is.
And 6 p.m. Central. And it's called it's Shine Vibration Podcast. I'm tongue tied tonight.
Why do I feel like this is a repeat of Truth, Honesty, and the American Way? So come for me, Kelja. I ain't scared of you.
Shout out to Kelja, the Princess Goddess. She will be making her return in the next couple of weeks. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's me right there in the green, y'all. In case y'all didn't recognize me, that my alter ego, Miss Jackson, if you nasty. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, look for that. We gonna battle it out.
You gotta say the whole thing like a pimp named Slickback.
Right.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. So thank you for sticking around, everybody that listen. Expect the unexpected, and tune in next week. We have another wonderful guest. Want to say thank you to Veep and D-Ray. I enjoyed it, and last but not least, Gene Groove Allen. Thank you for being a wonderful guest. This is honest. This is awesome. Good night, everybody.
Peace.